So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. It was a late day for me. Got back to the office, everything was just fine. Kind of got hemmed up there for a bit. Then got stuck behind a whole bunch of tractors going home. And it's so windy and hilly, there's no way to see around them when there's like 30 of them in front of you. You're just kind of putting along. Oh my gosh, I was losing my mind. And by the time I got into town to stop and get a bottle of wine for the show, guess what? It was closed. So we're having a Canadian Canadian whiskey and Coke Zero. It's tasty. It's not wine. It's not my preference, but this is what we're going to have because it's just simple and easy. And Lord knows it's already 2.5 hours beyond when I'm normally uploading these Guardian grids. And so I'm trying to get them up there for you. Let's just go ahead and have a sip, get prepared, jump on in. And today is a big day. It just shot the New York Times and the Guardian here. This is the grouping 600th episode. 600 episodes since we started this community back in August of 2023. We've let it grow just on its own, right? It's just been fabulous, and I am just so proud of everything, everyone. And I'm so grateful you're here. My name is Christopher. I'm delighted that we're going to solve this grid together, or at least give it our best shot. So cheers. Cin-Cin to each and every one of you. And I do like that. On occasion, it's nice to have that cocktail. Let's hop into our grid, see what we got today. So we have a cryptic crossword number 29652. Let's very carefully put our mouse in here. We don't want to upset the balance of the force here. All right, here we go. Time to hop in now. Let's see what we've got. So, deliver bundle. Article wrapped by calendar girl showing top and bottom here too. Is that page 3 girl or page 6 girl? I can't even remember what page it is. I always look forward to reading the newspapers in London though. Let's see. Auditor's more substantial claim. Matter dropped. Okay. Oh, well, I don't know. Obviously, and wearing suit. So we got a 2 and 6 there on that clue. Overly bold coloring stick at 5. So overly bold coloring stick. I know you call lipstick lippy. And it sounds like another word for cheeky. So let's try lippy. As always, I'm just trying to find a place to start here, right? It's not like the New York Times at all. I mean, what am I doing? End of documentary as a sequel screened by European. Is that filmic? Filmic. Plastic. It's too short. Plasticine may work. I don't know. I'm thinking filmic, right? I'm thinking of because there's no, I'm not putting together anything with end of documentary as sequel screened by European. That's not just jumping out at me yet, but when I think of filmic, I think of, and I got a P here, I'm obviously thinking of the stuff that we make film out of. Accommodation for rental cut. People admitting frustration ultimately. Okay. Designer stubble originally maintained by a right back. A Burke. Now that's Britishese for like a fool, right? But not like a mean thing to say about them. Kind of a cutesy thing to refer to someone who just did something kind of dumb, or maybe someone without common sense, but otherwise a lovable person. I don't. Relative featured in masterpiece I nailed up. Relative featured in masterpiece I nailed up. So if I look at masterpiece, The only relative I can think of would be a niece because of peace. This says featured in masterpiece I nailed up. So nailing it up, maybe NI goes on top of the ECE. It seems like a long shot, but at the same time, it feels like it could be okay too. This is how these make me feel all the time. I'm never sure until I get something to work on across. So C24 across, I'll play. Banker after a lot of money by profit by the sound of it. 7 and 6. Don't keep that in mind. Author back on the radio. Okay. Flabbergasted mom. Match fixer 3 down thing. Lippy. Okay, well, let me get back over here, see if I can get something. Excess that is lifted behind. Excess that is lifted behind muscles. 6 letters. Insect briefly circling top of tall plant. I gotta have something I can know here. I've just gotta need something. Play, touring, country, number, overbooked. We got a Y at the end there. Maybe this could be like too many. We are talking about 3 and 4 here. So what do we got here? Excess that is lifted behind muscles. Behind muscles. Are we talking about glutes? Oh, let's try glutes. I mean, it's something. Insect briefly circling top of tall plant. This could be... tall plant. I mean, I'm thinking lotus. Which would work if there's a T briefly circling top of tall plant. Is it tall maybe for, I don't know. I think it feels like it might be right. Auditor's more substantial claim matter dropped and, oops, gosh, I hate that. Obviously wearing suit. 2 and 6. This could be in spades because, show your work, Christopher, in spades. So obviously would be in spades. Wearing suit. Spades a suit. So obviously. And then wearing suit. So in spades, I guess. Auditor's more substantial claim. I don't know. Not yet. Proceeds beyond incredible, initially money brilliant. Match fixer 3 down thing. That's that lippy thing there. Gotta get something here. Reportedly not 11 across, thank goodness. Okay, so 11 across, we've got too many, and it does line up within spades. So reportedly not too many, thank goodness. So too many, few, but thank goodness. So maybe a few, or however you're supposed to say that. I don't know. So Catholic, sanctimonious, and days gone by. Well, a Catholic, I think we call them papists in the UK. Bulb that's lit. Some garlic in cold relish. some garlic and cold radish. I don't know. Cake and cup of tea for some, carrier. Cake and cup of tea for some, or carrier. Cake and cup of tea. Cake, cup of tea, some carrier, maybe. Chicken and bovine in first gear. 6 and 6. So cake and cup of tea for some carrier. Could this be a sponge bag? Had to buy one at Heathrow one time because my shower bag, my shower kit was not right. Whatever, and I had to get a different one. See if that helps anything. So this, I mean, I guess we could just call this a clove. Bulb that's lit, and it's highlighting 26 across. Mode in which companion defends delay. Okay, no, that's not working. Match fixer. 3 down thing, lippy. Match fixer. Composition. God, I hate it when I do that to you guys. I'm so sorry, but it's just it's composition of stuffy air, extremely unsuitable. Banker after a lot of money. Sorry about that. And again, chicken and bovine in first gear. Author back on the radio. Tom, gosh. Okay, so banker after a lot of money. Kings discussing lovely flower. Come on, Guardian. Come on, Paul. Flabbergasted mum. Mum? Mum. Probably not a flower. Flabbergasted. Mum. Lips are sealed. 10 letters. Speechless. Okay. Got it. Okay. Now what do I got? No idea who that is. Okay. No help. Kings discussing lovely flower. Pharaoh. I don't know. I call it pharaohs on that. Match fixer. 3 down thing. Lippy. Proceeds beyond incredible. Initially movie. Money brilliant. Auditor's substantial claim matter dropped. So you see how these are lining up here? This is kind of what I'm thinking. This could be a meteor, right? Because of matter dropped. And then the auditor's more substantial claim, like a meteor. A meteor is in like more substance, right? Claim, a meteor, right? A meteor, right? But don't know what that is. Match fixer, 3 down thing. I feel like this is on the tip of my tongue. Match fixer, 6 and 3. Gosh, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe something Cupid, but I haven't got a clue. I really don't have a clue. Mode in which companion defends delay. Chicken and bovine in first gear. No idea. Match fixer. All right, let's try something different for a minute. Let my brain rest for a second. So tree, one serving well. One serving well could be an acer. Learn this in various guardians. So an acer, and then of course a tree. The genus for maple is acer, I think. Hey, no, I'm not a botanist. I've just been doing crosswords for 30 plus years. So potential for being scammed as drunk lured into trading place. Potential for being scammed, though. This is CE. We'll try credulity. Does this help with anything? No. No, it doesn't help with anything. Banker, after a lot of money for profit by the sound of it. So that sounds like this could be a fortune. And is this a teller? Going back to the clue. Banker, after a lot of money for profit by the sound of it. Banker could be a teller. I feel like I'm always just playing, like just picking out simplified wild A guesses and hoping that it all fits, and trying to do the very best I can to make sense of what I'm doing as I'm going. Wow, these are so difficult. Recovered. Some of the military balloon in sight of incident. 7 letters. Accommodation. No, stay in place. End of a documentary as sequel screened by European. Is that filmic? And I think this could be polythene. What was I saying a while ago? Plasticine? Look, don't get lippy with me. Still don't know what designer stubble, originally maintained by a Wright Burke. I would try to say this was a shadow, like something you'd wear, like a 5 o'clock shadow. I was thinking George Michael, right? Because he made that very popular in the 1980s. But now I don't know if he was a Wright Burke or a Burke at all. Deliver bundle. Article wrapped by calendar girl showing top and bottom. Here too. Well, accommodation for rental. Just give me something. Something. Just give me something. I'm not going to know that one. Is this deliver bundle? You could say this is to mail. I think I'm going with the French here. So melot. And then no, I got 2 L's. Melot. I think we're going with the French. Are we talking about the yellow jersey, Melot Jean? We're talking about the Tour de France? Because I can see deliver a bundle, mail lot, and then article wrapped by calendar girl showing top and bottom. So, I mean, you could say that I had a see, I mean, I you know, I had a direct article here, but okay. Recovered some of the military balloon in sight of incident. I guess, I mean, all I can think is maybe like the New Mexico, Roswell, where they weather balloons and all that mess, and they're aliens and they're everywhere, and recovered. So maybe Roswell, Roswell. Well, I mean, I know it's a stretch. I just feel like I'm getting something done. An accommodation for rental cut People admitting frustration ultimately. And I guess this could be a little bit of movement, maybe a tolerance. And designer stubble originally maintained by Wright Burke. I don't understand how any of that works. I don't know what that even means. It looks like we have an artist, though. And since these aren't for me to win or lose, there's no yank slaps involved here. The whole thing's a slap, right? You know, I mean, half the time I'm guessing as best as I can. And wait a minute. So over here, C22 across. That looks like that could be an onion. And over here, we have a bulb that's lit. That's 7, so that could be a pickled onion. And I love it. Absolutely love that. Yes. And then author back on the radio. I have no idea. We could have a stern. If there's a stern who's an author, but back, stern is the aft side of the ship, right? I don't know how to spell it. I'm assuming like that, something like that. And I don't think I'm gonna get this at all. I don't know. A composition of stuffy air, extremely unsuitable. I don't think I'm gonna get that. Now, match fixer. Okay, we were talking about Cupid earlier. I think we're talking about Cupid's bow. I swear, I'm gonna get ulcers out of this grid. Mode in which companion defends delay. Companion defends delay. Look at this. Chicken and bovine in first gear. I think this is a translation of Mélangeon from One Across. Yellow jersey. And that makes sense because a chicken is yellow, cowardly. And a bovine, think about the Jersey cows. So I'm going for that. I wish I understood how I got here completely, but that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to learn. And this, now this looks like a fugue, but I don't think we're talking about Bach. I'm going to put it in for grins and giggles. I don't expect any credit for it, though. And mode in which companion defends delay. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. If I had to guess something here, I would say probably Plagal, as in talking about music, like Gregorian chants, to be honest with you. So proceeds beyond incredible initially. Money brilliant. And I would say this would be like iridescence, but this S and, well, I mean, it could be glutii instead of my slangy glutes. So we can try iridescence. Or iridescent. I'm gonna have to leave this one out. I don't even know. I don't know. I just don't know. But 600 grids. It's cool. I mean, I'm excited about it. So I'm doing a check all. I don't see anything being dumped out at me that's wrong except for 21 mode in which. So let's go ahead and reveal that. And it's Plagal. Well, I could have come across this. I could have come away with this with a smiley face, but that just made no sense to me, and I'm still trying to figure out what that means. But what that means is I'm going to have to do some studying. Half of these were just because they fit or because I felt like I was really stretching the meaning of the definition. And the biggest problem for me is I'm having to really struggle through what I know of British isms, Britishese, you know, English from the place it originated. But by and large, I got to say, Paul, you set this beautifully. This was very challenging. And I am so glad that I don't have to do it anymore. I'll be studying it and trying to figure this stuff out in my off time. But it's late. Let's get this edited and up for those of you who might like to see it before you go to bed. Until we see you tomorrow, I just want to say again, first of all, this is the weirdest process in my life, and I'm loving every second of it, learning every second of the way. So thank you for your patience with that. And until we see you tomorrow, I just want you to know I appreciate you more than words can express. So thank you. Be good to your friends and neighbors, of course, but you know, be nice to the person behind you in line. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Abend noch. Viel. Take care. Tschüss.